Okay, so I'm here with nFrontier's Stephan Beyer, who a lot of you probably recognize. Thanks for joining us today, Stephan.
Well, thanks for having me, Michael. I really appreciate it.
More than welcome. So, nFrontier, people probably know who you are, but they may not know who nFrontier are. Perhaps you could tell us a bit about both.
Yeah, with pleasure. So, we founded nFrontier actually a year ago, and it came out of the observation that, in order to advance additive manufacturing, it really takes more than just having a single machine. We say what we're doing is we're doing product design with emerging technologies and hybrid manufacturing. So it means, as much as AM is part of the equation, there are other technologies that need to be involved in order to make a great product. And our customers mostly from automotive and consumer goods industries, and they appreciate it because their problem is not that they don't like AM, but they just want to understand it. They need someone to facilitate it and combine it with them, explain to them the technology, and come up with great ideas.
Mm-hmm. So what are some of these ideas that you can talk about? Because I imagine there's a lot of NDAs going on.
Yeah, that is exactly the problem, lots of NDAs. So think about the car interior. So assume you are, let's say, a British premium brand in automotive. Mm-hmm. And nowadays, everything is electric. So how do you stay premium when the drivetrain is no distinction anymore? It doesn't give you competitive advantage. So what is it? It's the customer-facing side, and that is the interior. And we do a lot of work around interiors, for instance, coming up with fresh ideas, mm-hmm. working with different technologies. Much of the interior that we're seeing today is simply going to go away. Think about air vents, for instance, they're going to go away. So what is it going to be? And that part is under NDA.
Okay, that's the interesting bit there, of course. Yeah. So, being back at the trade show, obviously you've been coming to Formnext for, probably since before it was Formnext.
Oh yeah.
Yes. What's it like to be back here now?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's so great. Despite all the pandemic stuff, but I see a lot of people, including myself, we're wearing masks and everybody's vaccinated, so that's really good. People are disciplined about it. The great news really is it's still the family character of things. Immediately I just came out of several meetings with really great people, amazing people that have really been cared for, not on a professional level, but also on a personal. So it is a family reunion in a way, and it's great fun to see all those people again, and it's a great job by the organization here.
But surely Zoom exists, you can have those meetings on Zoom.
Yeah, that's true, but you can't have a beer on Zoom, right? That's a good point. And it's just such a big difference seeing somebody face to face, and also being able to talk a little bit about personal stuff, but also some stuff that you would not necessarily do on Zoom where you're not sure that who's listening.
Well, yes, and also it's reading the other person and seeing what the rapport is. So,
absolutely.
Yes. And speaking of being here in person, you've had a chance to walk around some of the halls yet, maybe?
Well, I've been in Hall 12, but it's basically all day up and downstairs and upstairs a little bit. And sort of maybe a couple of observations is that pretty much everybody's back, with a few exceptions. Mm-hmm. Booths are a little smaller, sometimes fewer, a little bigger. That's okay, because I was certainly not fully confident of what it's going to be. Honestly, I think we're seeing too much of the same, to be very honest with you. We're seeing the same machines. We're seeing great technology. It's amazing to see how much the hardware side has advanced. But I wish we could see a bit more on the software side. I wish that we could see more customer success stories, more applications, more great designs, because I think we have, over the last years, we've seen a lot of machines. Now let's do something different.
So you'd like to see something different, but what about the things you have seen that have caught your eye? Is there anything that stands out to you?
Honestly, not really at the moment. I haven't made my full tour yet.
It's early in the show.
It's early in the show. I've seen a couple nice things in Polyjet that I really like. I think that adding, I'd say the general theme from my point of view is more materials, interesting materials, multi-materials. There've been a couple companies, like for instance, smaller ones mostly, like Quantica, for instance, have been interesting multi-material offerings that they do. But on the machine level, I'd say some really, advancements, some automation that happened. I saw what DMG Mori did, a little bit of Trumpf, but I don't want to exclude anybody.
Cool. Well, production, that's the word we're hearing a lot of so far. Everybody's talking about production. Everyone's talking about production being the goal. What do you think about it? Is additive ready for production? Are we doing production with additive, or are we going to do it soon?
I think we need to do it soon because the market is ready. So when we talk to customers, they want to use it. They just don't understand it necessarily. Don't know how to use it, but they want to use it. So that's pretty good. That's good news for the industry. Now, I think the industry needs to do a better job in integrating AM into existing production environments. We need to do a much better job when it comes to automation. We need to do a better job in explaining what it does and what it does not. We need to do the level of integration with existing technology, being at CNC, being at post-processing, and don't think about the machine itself, think about the whole production workflow, starting from design, doing the software, getting the data, which is key, and then producing it, and then the post-processing and shipping it out to the customer. So the customer, talking about a consumer product customer that we're engaging with right now, they love to do something in AM because it gives them the flexibility and creates value. So let's talk about value for the customer, but that will only come if we provide to them a complete workflow.
Right. Well, here's to many of those fruitful conversations. Thank you for taking some time
Thanks
to talk
for
to
having
us.
us. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Stephan.